Hello again, my name is Mariah and I will be getting the vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery now on May 22nd of 2020. Originally, my surgery date was April 10th, but as you all know, the coronavirus came and a lot of things got changed around. They were not allowed to do elective surgeries in the state of North Carolina for a while, but now they're trickling back in. So I'm really excited and really grateful. I am on my last day of phase 1 of my pre-op diet. I have a 2-week pre-op diet or liver reduction diet. So for this first week, I'm allowed to have 2 shakes a day, 2 approved snacks a day, and a lean and green meal a day. I made this little notebook to help just give me something to do and try to make the pre-op diet a little more exciting. As you can see, these were my original pre-op diet dates, which are no longer applicable, so I had to make a new page, but it's still kind of cute. But I could have 2 protein shakes, which can be the Bariatric Advantage or Premier Protein, which I've just gotten the Premier Protein because I like them more, and they're just easy because I don't have to mix them up. And then my approved snacks are 2 cheese sticks, or a 1/3 cup of nuts, or 2 hard-boiled eggs, or a Bariatric Advantage protein bar, but I didn't end up buying any of those, so I haven't had any of those. And then my lean and green meal once a day can be 3 to 4 ounces of lean meat, so chicken, lean beef, pork, that kind of stuff, and 1 to 2 cups of non-starchy vegetables. And I also got the okay to snack on vegetables as I wanted to. And then also I had to have a minimum of 64 ounces of water a day, or hydration fluids. So that could be like sugar-free drink mixes, or Jello, or chicken broth, or vegetable broth. So, yeah, with my date of my surgery getting pushed back, I had a hard time for a little while of feeling really bummed out, especially because being stuck in quarantine, I just felt like felt like every day dragged on to the next, and I felt like I didn't know when or if it was ever going to happen. And I know that's being dramatic, but it was a little hard for a while there because I didn't have a new date for my surgery. I just kind of had to sit and wait. But thankfully, I'm very blessed to have gotten through all my pre-op screening and all that squared away and have a surgery date set before all this happened. So I didn't have to worry about like having to redo screening again, which is a huge blessing. But yeah, it was really hard because of quarantine to just feel motivated. I tried to stay active and eat healthy, but I mean, I wasn't great, but I wasn't horrible. So there's that. But yeah, it was hard. But anyways, so I got the call from my doctor. We had a little video meeting, and he asked like when I'd be able to do the surgery, and I told him as soon as possible. I'm down. So he's like, "Okay, can you start the pre-op diet tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." So I did, and so that I started it on Friday, May 8th. So I'm on the last day of week 1, and I made this little spread to keep track of things that I eat, and my water intake, my fluid intake, all that stuff. And I have little notes at the bottom. So my highest weight, as of November of 2018 was my highest weight, and I was 322 pounds. That's when I was diagnosed with hypothyroidism. And since then, when I got on a thyroid medication, my weight kind of went down a little bit and plateaued, which was nice because for the last year, for the year up to getting diagnosed, I was steadily gaining 3 to 4 pounds a month, and it was really rough. And it helped to get a diagnosis and get the medication. But anyways, on Friday, May 8th, when I began the pre-op diet on day 1, I was 319 pounds. And this morning, I weighed 310.6. So I've already lost almost 9 pounds in this week of a pre-op diet, which is pretty cool. And I've seen a difference in my energy levels. I mean, it's not easy because it's a significantly less amount of food than I'm used to eating, but I feel like it's pretty structured, which has been helping. So this is what like a random day looks like that I'll read to you. I'll read yesterday's. So for breakfast, I had a caramel Premier Protein shake at 10 a.m. And then for my mid-morning snack, I had a salad because I'm allowed to have vegetables whenever I'd like. A salad with a cheese stick and hard-boiled egg, like, on it. wasn't as good as I was hoping. For lunch, I had a bananas and cream Premier protein shake, and then that was at 3:45 p.m. And then for my mid-afternoon snack, I had a third of a cup of nuts. It was a mix of almonds and cashews. And then for my lean and green, I had steak, peppers, and onions, kind of sauteed like fajita style, because my family was having Cafe Rio pork burritos, and they looked delicious. So I wanted to kind of be on the Mexican food train. And that was at 8:15 p.m. So since right now is quarantine and I don't have a job anymore because I was a nanny, so I'm not working, I try to start my day kind of later and sleep in a little bit so that I can eat kind of late, because my family tends to have dinner kind of late. So it helps a little bit if I'm eating while they're eating instead of eating before they eat and then they're eating dinner. That makes it a little bit more rough. But anyways, I also had 32 ounces of lemonade, 64 ounces of water, another 32 ounces of lemonade, 8 ounces total of Jell-O, and 8 ounces of broth. So that came out to 128 ounces, or a full gallon of water or hydration fluids. So that was really, really good. I'm supposed to have at least 64 ounces a day. The lowest I've had so far is 98 ounces, which I'm proud of. You pee a lot, but I mean, it's one more thing to keep you busy, I guess. But I have little notes at the bottom of each day. One thing that I think has been really helpful is making sure I take the 20 to 30 minutes to eat. Even if it's a shake, even if it's my little tiny bit of nuts, I take a long time to eat, and I cut up the pieces very, very small and have baby thumbnail size bites is what they recommend. So that's been super helpful. Also having like Jell-O to snack on, gum has been helpful. I know you're not supposed to have a gum post-surgery, but for now, it's something to kind of make me feel like to kind of ease myself out of snacking, especially like when we're playing card games or watching a movie. I got those like extra dessert delight gums, the mint chocolate chip flavor. So that's kind of nice when everybody's eating chocolate to kind of have that to ease the cravings a little bit. But I do feel a big difference today versus when I started last Friday. Friday, I was such a jerk. I was really having a hard time. A side effect of ketosis and going into ketosis is irritability. I definitely experienced that. I was just really on edge with everybody, especially my husband. Just like everything he did bugged me for no good reason. I really can't remember like any good reason to be annoyed. But it was weird. It was rough. But ever since day one, I've had a much better attitude, and I felt a lot better and a lot more capable of completing this. I think a huge thing that helps me is finding people that I look up to and seeing how quickly they experienced measurable progress and like significant progress. There's some people that I follow on Instagram. One in particular, her name is Allie Cat. Allie Welch, I think is her name. She is really, really nice. I feel like we have a lot in common, and she also like had a similar starting weight to me, a little bit lower, and just like around my age and stuff. And so just seeing like how fast she got results just gives me hope to be like, come on, you can do it. Just push forward. I took some really raw before pictures. Those were interesting. I took some in a bra and panties, and I took some with like workout leggings and a tight t-shirt on, because I want to be able to look back and see the difference, of course. Who wouldn't? But I feel like I'm not at the point yet where I would really be able to tell a difference. But anyways, I think it's important to have things to snack on, like gum and Jell-O and stuff that is like no sugar, no calories. But I think it's really important, and the key to success is making sure you have the proper interval between meals, 2.5 to 3 hours, eating very, very slowly, and just remembering the end goal. This is a temporary means to a permanent, forever happiness solution. I heard that on somebody's blog. Sorry, but I really liked that quote. I don't remember who said it. But I'm just really grateful. I haven't been very tempted to cheat. And this is not something I'd want to cheat on because I'd just be cheating myself. I need to make sure that I can stick to drastic lifestyle changes. And I have seen from this week that I can be very disciplined, which is surprising to me. And I'm grateful because I feel like growing up, I mean, I've been obese since I was 8 years old. I don't remember not being overweight. But I think what helps me so much in sticking to this is knowing that if I stick to this, I will have results. It's not one of those little fad diet things that I tried all throughout my life of restricting calories and restricting this, restricting that, and then getting to my boiling point and then breaking and falling off the wagon really hard. So I think knowing that this will give me results that will last my entire life if I just stick to it and follow my nutritionist and my surgeon's guidelines like the Bible, I will just be really grateful in the long run. So yeah, I'm excited about starting week 2. It's pure liquid. I get 5 protein shakes a day and then at least 64 ounces of hydration fluids. I don't know if it'll be easier or harder. I hear that it goes by fast because it's like, oh my gosh, surgery's just in a week. It's like comes up really quickly. And I feel like it might be a little bit easier in the sense that like there's no guesswork in what I can and can't eat, what I should and shouldn't do. You know, like I don't have to worry about cutting up my cheese sticks into teeny tiny pieces and measuring out my nuts and like making sure I eat them really slowly, you know? I can kind of just zone out a little bit, I'm hoping. My mom, she's really sweet. I'm a huge video game nerd. I've always loved video games, and I loved playing Animal Crossing on my DS growing up, and they just came out with, well, a little while ago, the New Horizons Animal Crossing game, and I was telling her how like I've been wanting it, and she's like, well, let's get it for you so you can have something to distract you when you're really hungry and we're all cooking and eating and you can just like play that and stuff. So I'm excited to try that out. I think that'll be fun. And I've gotten into hammocking with my dog. I have a pit bull who's the cutest thing in the world, and he loves sitting on the hammock with me. So when my family's cooking things that just smell really good and just make my stomach growl and are hard, I just go outside with him and sit on the hammock, and it's really fun. But yeah, all in all, I'm really grateful. I'm excited. I really admire Dr. Bovard and his team, and I trust them to really help me make a 180 in my life, and I'm excited for that. And I plan on making a video next Thursday about how week 2 of my pre-op diet goes, the full liquid phase. And then, of course, updating after surgery. I'm not a huge video editor person, as I'm sure you can tell by these videos, but I might need to get into that a little bit to record about surgery. I'm nervous, not gonna lie, but I'm also excited, so it'll be okay. But anyways, talk to you guys soon.